Hi everyone and welcome to my place. Thanksgiving is that time of the year when I like to make gifts. We have a beautiful dinner at my place, and everybody that comes I like to give them a little gift as a sign of affection and love and gratitude for them having worked with me during the year, or being sweet, kind of loving actually is why I like to give gifts and birthdays, etc, etc. Well, what I want to do today is I want to show you how to take these wildflower seeds, a little bit of recycled paper, and to make these little wee, I call them seed discs or little pads, and they're made out of recycled paper, and I put the seeds in. And if you don't have seeds that you've kept from the year before, you can easily buy these from the garden shop, but they're perfect little gifts. And what I've done here is I've made this urn, and it's a terracotta pot and a saucer, and I've just glued the saucer on top of the base of my little dish here, and then I've just got some hot glue and I've run around the outsides of my container, and then I've painted the whole thing black, which I think will be perfect, whatever colour you like, but I just thought that the black would be quite nice. I've got some seed raising mix which I'm going to put into there. I've got the little disc here which is going to go onto the top, and then to wrap it, this will all make sense in a wee few moments. To wrap it, I just get a nice little tea towel and I bring all of my points together like so, and then just pin them together, or you could use a little bit of string or whatever you've got to finish that off. And then there is a little note with instruction. Get on there. And then I give my little note of instructions, and it just pretty much means, it tells everybody the step by step. Put the soil in, leave about that much from the top, put the little disc in that you've sprayed, put some soil over it, keep it misted, and very soon you will have, well, this year everybody's getting little wildflower mix that they can take home, and they can start giving the bees something to eat and the butterflies, etc, etc. So I really like that. No cellophane, no paper. They can use the tea towel. They've got the little pot, they've got the plants growing, and even if they don't have access to a garden, they've got a little bit of nature to bring inside and to have at their place. Now, to make the discs, it's really simple. So pretty much the whole thing is, I wanted, even though it is for Thanksgiving and it's gifts that I'm giving, I wanted to show you how to make recycled paper. So give me a few minutes to get myself set up, and I will show you how to make these beautiful little seed discs or pads from recycled paper, even newspaper or envelopes, but I really like these bags because it gives that really lovely organic-y look that I just love. So give me a few minutes and I'll be back to you. Okay, welcome back. Let's make paper by upcycling. You could use some paper bags, you could use some newsprint, you could use newspaper, just whatever you have on hand. You need a bowl with some warm water into it. You also need a blender or a food processor, which is vital. You also need some seeds, and you need one of these. Now this is a sieve, and what I did was I just flattened it out so that when I zip it, like lift up the paper, I've got this nice little edge. Now the bigger the sieve, the bigger your little disc is going to be, but I just like these. This is a good size. Right, to begin, first of all you need to rip up into manageable size bits your paper. Oh, not all paper. And then I put my paper into warm water, and I've found that the warm water helps it to break down quicker. So that just all gets broken down into there, and leave that for a good 24 hours before you start to go on to the next process. So into here I have newspaper, and it gets all nice and soft. So I did that yesterday, so that's a good 24 hours. And this here, sometimes they have a sizing on the newspaper and it makes it, on the paper, and it makes it quite hard for it to like suck up. So the longer you leave it soaking, the better it is. Now into your food processor, get rid of that, into your blender, you just stick your paper into here. And this was 4 of those bags that I showed you. And I only make a small amount at a time because, well, that's all I need to do. Put those into there. Somewhere I've got, here it is. Right, make sure that that's on there, and I'll just put a bit of more water. So you need to fill this with water. Up to there, about half of that filled with water. And then where's my lid? The lid goes on. Have I turned you on? Yes, I have. And then it's just a matter of I do insist that you make sure that your little container is on there properly. Right, that's all sort of squished up, like so. Then you need a little dish like this, and then you need to pour that pulp into your little container, your little dish. See, it's gone, oh, look at that. It's like, oh, it's nice. It's sort of, I don't know what it's like. It's like wet cotton wool, actually. Now, into there, the next thing I do is, where's my seeds? Now, there's probably other people out there that are doing these and doing a much better job than what I'm about to do, but this will be okay. Right, where's my little thing? This one here. You just need to go into there like so. Oops, I need some more water. Oh, more water, everybody. Wait, need to add some more water because it's got to sort of float in there. And then just put that down into there like that. And then just give that a wee squish up. Make sure that it's sort of like as even as you can get it, like so. And then what I do is I get my seeds. Where's my scissors? I use a knife. And then I just sprinkle just a few little seeds over there. You don't need many. Those over there. And then using a piece of sponge and a little piece of recycled paper that goes down onto there. And then all I do is that, and then squish that onto there, squish the water out of that. This, you can see why I don't do these all the time. These are for high days and holidays, and I make cards and all sorts of things. And then using my newsprint like so, put that onto there like that. I want that bit there actually. Oops, let's be very careful about how I do this. That goes down there. Get rid of this. Oh, for goodness sake. Put that down there like that. Hold on. Let's get some more water out. This is the bit that's quite trying. Oops. What is it doing? That there. I need this to just dry a wee bit further, but that's okay. We can do this. There. And then that on the top. Oops. Yeah, that can go onto the top of that. And then leave that to soak up all that excess water, and then leave it for about 24 hours, and then you will be left with these. So I'll just show you what that looks like. We're just speeding the process up here. Look at that. And you have to be very careful of it because it is still quite delicate. But once you get to there, I then go and put those either in the sun or onto a rack and put that into the hot water cupboard. The sun is actually better. And then once that is dry, it will sound like that. Perfect. So do you want to see me do just one more? No, you don't need to see me do one more, but I'll show you anyway. So it's just that matter of getting into there, and it's just the whole process, the whole disc needs to be cut. See that there, that's just not enough, and I know that that will give what I've got down into there. And if any of those little seeds drop off, you can just sort of like sprinkle those onto the top like so. But it's the more water you've got in your bath, the better it's going to be. And that there's just a little bit too much. But once you get it done and just get as much of that fluid water out of there as you can, and I suppose it would probably be easier, to get another piece of this like so. Where is that come out of? Then this is just a little bit of gauze that I've used here, and then putting it onto there with a tea towel. You could put a tea towel onto there if you wanted to, but just bringing that and then squishing that down and then turning that over. But you will get your own process. And the other thing that I use is all the napkins, paper napkins and serviettes that are surplus to requirement, instead of them, after they've been used, instead of those going into the bin, I use those as well. But just getting rid of as much moisture as you can. Sometimes you'll find that they will sort of turn up. Well, when they do turn up, what I do is I just put those under the iron and just flatten them. So once that's all been done, to show you, getting back to this, to show you what it all looks like, and the instructions just shows that so that you can, if you just want to do these for yourself, it's just a matter of putting this soil into there like so, and then wetting this. I'll just stick that into there for now, letting that soak for just until it's all reconstituted, putting that onto there like so. Little bit of seed, and I use a seed raising mix because it's a finer composition, and then putting that over there like that, and then just leaving it, and then giving that a good water, keeping it watered, and very soon all of those beautiful little wildflowers will come up. You can do it with lettuce and herbs and things like that, but I think that that, as a gift, is a very, very inexpensive way of perhaps, giving a gift, and also for encouraging people to grow things. I just love it. I hope you've enjoyed that, and I look forward to seeing you another day.